today's episode of Camilla and I is all about getting low. So that's what we're doing, we're getting low. And of course the first thing to get low is maintain one's fitness. So yeah, can't emphasise enough, don't forget to do the exercises in the morning. Bridge position is very good, and press-ups are very good for getting down low. My party piece when I was about 27 was 60 press-ups in a minute. Don't think I quite do that at the moment, so I don't think I'll demonstrate that prowess ever again. But anyway, so the whole episode of Camilla and I today is going to be on getting low, and you don't just get low at the seaside or at your local pond. So here we are today at Stanpit Marsh, and we're here in particular for the Wheatear, although I do have a bonus surprise extra later on, so don't fail to watch till the end. So now we've done all the weight training necessary, and we're fit enough and we're in position, and we've now got Camilla down low enough as well. You must get as close to possible to the ground with Camilla, and of course this is where it comes in useful if you've got a tripod with no centre column, because you can expand out all the legs. Doesn't matter how big your tripod is, you can splay the entire legs out and get down to ground level. Excellent. So here we are. What are we here at Stanpit Marsh for today? We're here for the Wheatear. So why do we get low as wildlife photographers? Why do we put ourselves through all this discomfort and pain in order to get down to this level? Well, as usual, any subject looks best at eye level. So if you can get down to its level and where it's active and feeding, etc., it makes all the difference to the shot. And also, second reason I'd get down low is to avoid scaring the bird, particularly with Wheatear. It hops around the ground. It's used to quite a lot of people being around here, so just the way we like it, but it doesn't like somebody jumping up and down and running around. And indeed, when it gets close, you want to stay as still as possible. Yeah, don't forget to watch the end of this video, because Camilla and I had a surprise encounter first thing this morning. Very thanks to the guy who shouted out, there's a... putting all these flocks of curlew, oyster catchers, everything just flew off into the air. And in some people's minds, they'll know instantly birders, that means just one thing appeared, and indeed it did. So hopefully Camilla and I got a couple of usable shots later on, linked to end. Anyway, so we've got a surprise end sequence to this event. Here we were for the Wheatear, and as usual on Camilla and I, you've got to be prepared for the unexpected. So well, hello and welcome again to Stanpit Marsh. Last time we had to pack up early because it started absolutely tipping it down with rain. Anyway, it's sort of part two of, or day two, of shooting low from Stanpit Marsh. Did have a wonderful day last time, but it was ended early, about 10:30. Apparently today it's supposed to be sunshine all day. And anyway, we're on to Stanpit Marsh. We're here for the Wheatear. And today's subject is shooting low, and here we have Camilla mounted on the ground pod, but I've also attached it to a ground sheet just for a bit more comfort. So so the idea this morning, keeping low, and familiarity breeds contempt, At least that's what we hope it does. And indeed, as you lie low here, hopefully the wildlife will come to Camilla and I. So we are just lying relatively still here and waiting to see if anything will encroach a bit closer. At the moment we have a couple of Wheatear on the periphery which will hopefully come a bit closer. So we're shooting today, usual perched bird setting, starting at 1/500th of a second, wide open on this at f6.3, obviously at the maximum 600mm, and we'll see what we can get. Hopefully the birds will come right on top of us. Oh, there's one coming now. Well, this is the idea. Seems to be working quite well so far. Might get eaten by a couple of horses behind, but apart from that, yeah, the Wheatear get quite used to you, hopefully, and obviously I'm lying down, I'm no threat to them at all, and yeah, hopefully they'll just perform round about. Already got a bit of action, and absolutely lovely. Well, we're starting to get a few more come in now. The Wheatear, they start to get a little bit more friendly, and yeah, it's great. So yeah, good subject to practice. Definitely getting down low for. Usually hang around for a while, and yeah, you can get some lovely shots pecking around in the grass here. Usually here the end of sort of late summer, early autumn, and yeah, beautiful. Stanpit Marsh for the Wheatear. Of course you do get other things in from time to time as well. I've seen a curlew on the grass, and they also like ground feeding as well, often worms, and indeed an oyster catcher. Got a pair of oyster catchers just come in at the moment, and again they like to have a little peck in the grass around here. Very nice. See if I can get those on video. Well, when I was here the other day and it started to rain, there were only about 5 or 6 around, but now there must be a good 20 at least, 20, possibly 30 pairs. Incredible. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully they're getting closer and closer. Just got one now. Very nice. Well, just an incredible spot, I must admit. Absolutely wonderful Stanpit Marsh. You never know what's going to fly overhead here. You can get literally anything. It's an amazing nature reserve. So, got a bird sneaking up, just coming up close in front of us now. See it there. Obviously the closer the better. We're trying to get the Wheatear in full frame ideally. So we can do with it coming right up close, which it's got every chance of doing at this location. So hopefully you can see the enormous impact on the shot of getting low. The advantages of getting low. Even the most common bird can look quite amazing at a low angle. So it's well worth getting low. It's not just for wading birds and lakes. It's also for ground feeding birds like the Wheatear. Beautiful. So hopefully got some good shots of the Wheatear this morning, and yeah, quite a novel setup I suppose to use the skimming pod on a mat. It certainly made the experience a bit more comfortable. you can be in the field, the more you can be lying down, the better. And the ground was particularly damp earlier, so this was yeah, a relatively good move. Anyway, don't forget, usual, like and subscribe. We don't care, anything will do on Camilla. Just keep watching, and don't forget, get down low, have a good one, and see you in the next one. Bye from Stanpit Marsh, Christchurch, Hampshire, UK. Was it Dorset? I always forget.